Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Grue Room. And for the Grue Room today, we got a very great guest and someone that I'm really looking forward to talking to, Ryan Ochoa. And I'm really looking forward to talking to him. He's been in numerous stuff, t television series, films, and he has a band with his brothers. And this kid is so talented. I mean, he writes, he directs, he produces, he acts, he writes songs, he does music videos. I mean, there isn't nothing he can't do. This is how good he is. And he's also big into bodybuilding and fitness, and really looking forward to talking to him a little bit about everything, about film, about dieting and working out and music and everything. And he's known for iCarly and another show called Pair of Kings. And my interview with Ryan will be coming up very soon. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host of Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Room, and my interview with Ryan is coming up. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much, Ryan, for taking time out of your day and coming on the show and doing this.
I appreciate you having me. I'm always grateful to talk to another special, host
Thank you.
who always has special questions, and I don't take these opportunities for granted. I will tell you that right off the bat. I am thankful for anybody that wants to interview me and pick my brain a little bit, hear about my crazy stories over the years. And I'm happy to share some inspiration, hopefully along the way.
Sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And before we hopped on the live, you you have a rock shirt on, so I know you're like a major fan of Dwayne, and he was like someone you look up to a lot too, right?
Let's show it right off the bat, right there. So this is actually from his new drop. Let's make sure we get the cover so it doesn't look like it looks a little professional. Didn't look like I just came from the gym like my brothers always say. To be honest, this is seriously, you're seeing Ryan in his element. I mean,
There you go.
I love wearing tanks, but especially I love wearing Project Rock. And
Nice.
he DJ and Under Armour, they have the best tank tops, and I'm not just being biased.
Okay.
They are comfortable. They look good. I mean, at the end of the day, the bull is such a sick design.
It
You
is,
know,
isn't
I
it?
mean, I have tanks literally that look just like this, that the bull is just literally this small right there, and it's awesome. The bull is just so awesome. I mean, but come on, when it's that big, like, you can't get any better.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
um,
Exactly.
DJ is, I mean, it's funny. I literally think his name comes up in almost every single interview.
Oh,
But
what?
now it's not me who brings his name up. Now, I was the one who originally started it, but I think he will know now that um, because of, the person that I want to be, and the positive, a positive voice, to my Ryanators, to my followers, um, to anybody that supports me. I want to be a positive voice to them. But because of that, a big question is asked: who, can't say is the reason, or who helped you, or who was your inspiration along the
Yeah.
way? One of those three. Um, DJ is all of the above, and that's why. I mean, and as I pretty much say in every interview, the story of meeting him, and
Mhm.
what, just the entire experience, it had such a big impact in my life, and it just meant so much to me that somebody like that deserves to be recognized over and over. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when people message me, and I'm talking a lot of my Ryanators, when they,
Mhm.
they'll send me this, let's just say the same person will send me numerous amounts of big paragraphs about how I've, helped them with this, or,
Oh, wow.
changed their life, you know what I mean? But it's similar here to DJ. Like it's not just one time that moment, um, it literally will last forever. You know what I mean? Which is why why I'm wearing his gear and why you're bringing his name up. You know what I mean? So
Right.
first question right off the bat, DJ, let's go. Uh,
Right.
yeah.
And I also saw like I was looking stuff up on you. You were a big fan of wrestling, right?
Yep. I just talked about it in a recent podcast actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did, which is kind of funny because now that you're talking about it, which it's something that hasn't really been brought up that much about me, but it was a huge part of, I can even say, the reason I wanted to be an entertainer.
Oh, really?
Um, absolutely. Going
Wow.
back to DJ, John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yes.
Triple H, these guys, they're not just WWE wrestlers, they're heroes. They're icons to so many people. And the good part about it is I've met a lot of them, and they're all good guys. They
Oh,
are really
nice.
good people. Yeah, I was an ambassador for the WWE Be a Star program
Wow.
for a few years. So I did have the incredible honor to meet Triple H, Stephanie McMahon,
Nice.
a lot of the WWE roster at the time. I would get invited. This is during my Disney days, actually.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I remember the one of the last times I went to one of the Be a Star parties, because they had these big parties with where everybody was there, and one of them was on the night of the Pair of Kings rap party. So I ended
Nice.
up going to I went to the event, and then I went to the rap party after. But point being is, I met Triple H that night. I met my brother met Stone Cold that night, and
Yes.
again, these guys are just good guys. But when they step on the mic and they grab the mic, they
Right.
know how to not only entertain, but they can control a crowd, which is why it's so demanding for what they do,
Oh, I know.
but it's something that not only helped me with my acting career and my acting passion, but now my music career and stepping on a stage. And when you got the mic, you're in control of whoever is there, watching you. So it's something that I kind of took to heart of, I wanted to be able to control a crowd like these guys. So it's something I'm still learning, obviously,
Oh,
but
wow.
again, they are the originators of it,
Nice.
and they are entertainers. So I guess long story short, point being is that, they're just a really big inspiration. Aside from just being WWE wrestlers,
Mhm.
there's a bigger meaning behind um, that for me. They're not just I don't just watch them because they wrestle. There's
Yeah.
actually they're actors. They
Oh, yeah,
really are good
definitely.
actors. So
Yeah, I'm a huge fan too of wrestling. Like, I mean, love I love the guys you said too, like Rock and Austin, Hunter, Taker, Kane.
yeah.
But I also like my favorite, like the old school guys, like Randy Macho Man Savage and Hulk Hogan
Is
and
that who's on your shirt?
oh, that's Sting.
Is that Ultimate Warrior?
No, Sting. Do you remember Sting at all?
That's Sting?
Yeah.
No way. How do I not know that?
Well, you probably know Sting when he changed his look when Sting had the long black hair with the white face paint with the black lines in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when Sting first started, he looked like that. He had the short blonde hair, the colorful paint on his face, and
No way. My dad's gonna watch this and be so disappointed in me. Like, how did you not know this? Wow. Sting is wrestling right now. I think he's on AEW.
he is, yeah, yeah, and he's
No offense to WWE. I know we don't talk about AEW. I don't think, but I'm not a wrestler, so it's okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, I love both shows, but I hope no one from WWE hears this, but I love both shows, but AEW's been killing it. I've been loving their show.
I'm not gonna speak on this just in case, but I got to admit, AEW's doing some good moves.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you got Punk's there
Brock
now.
Lesnar just came back.
He did.
Let's
He did.
go. I wish you
did.
could have. I wish somebody could have recorded me the night of SummerSlam. The night of SummerSlam watching. Okay, so I hadn't seen a pay-per-view in a minute. Probably since well, this was August. So probably since the beginning of the year, I hadn't watched a WWE pay-per-view in so long. I didn't even know that they sold the Peacock.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know about that. I asked my brother, "Hey, we're watching SummerSlam tonight on the network." He's like, Ryan, there's no network anymore." I said, "What are you talking about?" So again, that I hadn't been following it in a little bit.
Okay.
But as soon as I found out, I said, "Well, we're ordering Peacock right now for SummerSlam." So we did. We were working that day. So we're like, stay off social media. We're not seeing who won John Cena Reigns fight.
Yes,
We're not
yes.
seeing who won Bobby Lashley Goldberg. We're staying off social media. So we did until I think it was we got home at like 1 a.m.
Oh wow.
And we
Okay.
watched SummerSlam from 1 a.m. till 5 a.m. in the morning. And man, it was 5 a.m. in the morning. My little sister had school the next day, I think. So I know everybody was sleeping. And Brock Lesnar comes out at the end, and I flipped out. My dad comes down, "Shut up." It was hilarious, but I was so happy, and I called it too. I literally told my brothers, I said, "Watch." And our friend was here. That's right. It was my dad's birthday weekend. That's right.
Okay.
SummerSlam was the night before my dad's birthday, so our friend was down here, and we were kind of filling him in on the storylines of what was happening and who's who. And I said, "Watch though, Brock Lesnar hasn't been back. They're saying rumors either Brock or Rock."
Yeah, I know.
Back, Brock or Rock. And I was like, the only thing I was kind of thinking about DJ was he hadn't really been posting that much. So I was like, maybe he's like trying to stay off social media to keep it low key, maybe.
That's true.
But I was like, still, I think he's coming back like for WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
That's like the thing going around is that it's gonna be Rock versus Reigns.
I don't know though. I don't know. It'll be exciting, but I don't know. But I said, guys, Brock Lesnar's coming back tonight. Watch, he's coming back. And when his music hit after, oh my gosh, man, I was jumping up and down. I felt like my inner 12-year-old came out again. It was so exciting. Brock's like my favorite. I don't know if I didn't say that.
Nice.
Brock is not, well, obviously The Rock's number one.
Well, yeah, of course.
But Brock is like when we had the video game and stuff, like video. We don't really play the new ones, but like remember like SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Oh my god, I love that game. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was like the best one ever.
I mean,
gosh, why are you like bringing out my WWE child again? Wow.
It's anyway, like everybody was in that game though, like Brock, and I think Hogan was in it.
And the cool part of that one is they did all like the throwbacks too.
Exactly.
Throwback. So Brock was in it, and that's like when we just played with my buddy, or our buddy, probably around May. I think it was around my birthday, May or June, and we ended up playing it. So for some reason, and I only play with Brock.
Nice.
Or Rock. Nice. Actually, I remember my brother wanted, he's like, "No, I'm Brock." Because Brock's like 99 overall, everything in that game. Yeah. But I ended up playing with The Rock.
Okay.
After. So anyway, that gives you an idea that those two are my favorite. That's why one of my favorite matches was SummerSlam.
What, Brock and Rock, right?
Brock and Rock, yeah. That's one of my favorite matches of all time. Probably besides the WrestleMania 17 and 18 with Austin and Rock. Those are two good ones too.
Yes.
No, my favorite. If you really want to know, one of my favorite top 3 matches was the triple threat tag team match between the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Christian and Edge. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Yes, that was amazing.
When Jeff did the swan tom off of the 20-foot ladder onto the table. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, yeah.
I guess it's still okay to talk about in this interview. You're wearing a Sting shirt, so
Right?
you love WWE.
Oh yeah, I love wrestling, and like one match I really loved was when Hulk Hogan passed the torch to The Rock, when Hogan job to The Rock.
That was Hollywood Hogan, right?
Yeah, yeah,
No, not Hollywood. It was NWO.
yeah. It was
No,
Hollywood
it was
Hogan.
Hollywood
Yeah.
Hogan though.
And
That's,
then after he lost to The Rock, he went back to being good again with
they shook hands, right?
the red and yellow. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They shook hands after the match.
hmm hmm
That was a WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a WrestleMania. Was it?
yeah. I forgot which WrestleMania
I
was.
think it was 19.
Was it? Oh yeah, yeah. It
It's
was. It
WrestleMania
was.
19.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my WWE trivia. Let's go. That's making the interview right there. That's making the interview. Let's go.
and
Anyway,
like,
though, so I do enjoy I love it. And I know what I was gonna say is now that we actually had a huge conversation about it,
yeah.
when people ask me about like my passion for the industry,
Mhm.
I always have to bring up WWE because it was really a huge part of my childhood and me watching it growing up with, The Rock on the mic. And
Yep.
I always remember my mom always tells this story, but do you remember Val Venus?
Oh yeah, I remember
He'd
him.
come out with the towel, hello lady.
Yes, yes.
I used to do that all the time. And my mom used to tell me, you're a little entertainer. And ever since then, I mean, that story, we always tell that story, but again, WWF at the time, now
Yeah.
WWE, it was like a big reason for like, showing that I actually liked being, an entertainer, and making people laugh, and that's why I still, it's just cool that still to this day I still love it. Like we were just watching SmackDown last night,
Oh, nice, nice.
So anyway.
And like I was screaming too when Brock came out. Like at first I was like, wait, is that Brock? Because his look changed.
Well, I've seen some like Instagram posts,
Yeah.
and again, like on your explore page, this is going like total off the record now, but on your explore page, like now it's not just like random stuff, it's like your interests.
Yeah,
so I'm always
exactly.
getting Raiders posts because I'm a Raider fan, and
Nice.
I get a lot of WWE posts all the time, and I always see Brock like fan sites. I always like I kid you not, if I looked right now, I would have within the top like 20 posts would be maybe one or two with Brock Lesnar, and it would be like a Brock fan page, Brock.Lesnar fan or #1 Brock fan, and a lot of them talk about, oh, Brock Lesnar just spotted out at a store with a fan, and it's some guy. And so I knew he had that ponytail and that beard.
Okay.
But it made it even better that he didn't shave it for the appearance. But I heard something about, I guess his new contract's like a year and a half. It's like 8 matches or something. So
yeah, it's like around either 8 or 12. They said, I'm pretty sure it's 12 matches. They said.
I saw 8, but you probably know more than me. You probably know more than I do.
Well, nah, I mean, you seem like you know your stuff, so I'm trusting you.
Which is surprising because I'm like, when do I have the time to do this WWE research? Like, you'd think I'm like the interview is promoting WWE. We talked about The Rock. We talked about Triple H. Like
Brock Lesnar.
Like
Val Venus.
Val Venus, exactly. Like Sting. Let's just send this interview to Vince.
I know, right? Well, Vince might not like us talking about Sting because he's the other promotion now.
Edit that part out. WWE is the best. And Vince McMahon is a genius.
He is.
He's
I mean, for someone who took a wrestling company and made it to what it is now, like, I mean, wrestling wasn't even big. Like, I mean, the days like Bruno Sammartino and then like it was never the big thing it is now. It was Vince and Hogan that made it what it was.
Yeah. I always ask my dad about that because obviously I wasn't, born yet, when
Yeah.
under WrestleMania 1 and Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels and Undertaker and it's cool. I just saw a recent post. This is like random thought, but it was talking about like this person and this person like W WWE, or they got famous from WWE, and it was like, I know it was Roman Reigns, John Cena, but then it said made WWE, and it was Undertaker.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
but for someone like me, like, yeah, I was alive when when he was like already like 11-0 or 10-0, you know what I mean? But it's just crazy to like the people that like my dad remembers, the OG WrestleManias and stuff. My uncle is probably the biggest WWE fan I know.
Really? Wow.
And yeah, I mean he's been watching wrestling since, he calls it wrestling. I've been watching wrestling.
I know. Yeah.
And he I mean, it's just hearing him talk about it makes me appreciate it even more, because someone like him, he's been watching it since he was, for years and years, since he was a kid. So yeah, it's just cool. And he's like, yeah, he's grown up with Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
The Hulk I know is different than the Hulk that was at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
way back when. So anyway, it's really, and another last thought about this. This is something I'm very proud of, which is why I'm loyal to WWE no matter what. Like you talked about AEW, like I've never seen one episode, and I have to be honest, I've never seen one episode. I just see it on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just not the same, you know what I mean? It's whatever. Anyway, Stephanie, she did a podcast many years ago when during my time when I was working with the Be a Star program. And a big reason why I really actually was WWE, affiliated with WWE, but also at the time I was, I was known for two characters that were bullies, you know what I mean? And that's their motto, Be a Star, is don't be a bully, be a star.
Exactly.
So I used to go to the rallies at the schools and talk to the kids about that, like, hey, I'm just acting, this isn't real. You know what I mean? My character Chuck on iCarly was literally physically abusing Spencer. Like people love that, but at the end of the day, it's not real, it's acting, So I would go and tell kids that. And one day, one of our family friends ended up sending us, actually, yeah, it was one of our family friends. I thought it was my uncle for a sec, but they sent a interview from Stephanie, and she had mentioned my name during the podcast when she was talking about Be a Star. She was like, yeah, one of our ambassadors, Ryan Ochoa, just the fact she said my name. Like,
yeah, exactly.
The McMahon family, they get my never ending loyalty, no matter what happens from here on out. I mean, they went above and beyond. Her and Triple H got my brothers and I front row seats at SummerSlam years ago.
Oh, wow.
Just little things like that. You know what I mean? Like I can never turn my back on that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
Again, it's WWE. It's not, but it's one of the biggest companies in the world. I mean, everybody knows WWE,
Oh, of course.
But just from my experience, I also have, very special stories from the Boss family. You know what I mean? Like, how cool is that? So
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, wow, we talked about this, a WWE interview.
What
else do you want to talk about? Let's see. Who do we got? The Usos? Are you a fan of the Bloodline?
yeah.
Just kidding. I think Vince is okay if we change the subject now.
That's true. You're right.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to know that, and me, like, I actually used to do it too, wrestling, and I did like the local wrestling leagues, and always wanted to make it to WWE, but never did. But I did that for about 10 years and then stopped.
No way. That is super rad. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people that actually like have tried to pursue it or have pursued it.
Mhm.
I don't know anybody that's actually made it into the WWE, but I know a lot of people that have done like underground companies.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. That's what it
One of my
was. Yeah.
dad's friends opened his own company that they were doing really well out of San Diego,
Oh
and they
wow.
even had Rey Mysterio headline the show.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was really cool. Year before Ray got back into WWE,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
headlined the show, and that was really cool. That was really cool. But yeah, I mean, obviously you have a lot those underground companies that they do warehouse fights and stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I know we have a lot of friends that have done that over the years, but
Nice.
um, nothing to the extent of WWE.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like the main goal, but not everyone makes it there.
No, hey, but look, you had a different path calling your
Well,
name.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's why if WWE would have happened, we may not have met. We may
That's
not be
true.
doing this interview right now.
Yeah,
You
you're
might
right.
be on you might be on Broken Skull instead of doing this with Ryan Ochoa. Shout out another WWE promo.
See, you should wind up doing one with Austin.
That would be insane.
Yeah,
Hey, you never know.
exactly.
You never know. We gotta get this to Vince.
I know exactly. Of like this guy tried making it WWE. Uh,
Yeah. Uh,
um. Well, I mean, we did talk a lot about wrestling, so want to ask you about something else too.
let's do it. This will be another 30-minute call question. It's okay. Just to give you a heads up, we've talked about two things. You've only asked two questions, just so you know. Just hey, that's good. That's good. I don't know. I mean,
that
that's
that
not good.
it is. It's really good. It's fun. Like I'm I'm loving it right now. I'm loving asking you the questions and hearing the answers. It's been good.
I'm glad. Hey, we gotta make up for that past year. You know.
I know you're right.
My cheeks hurt. I don't know about you. My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit
Here.
because I'm laughing a lot.
That's good. I'm glad. Me too.
One day it's like how did you wind up getting involved with doing songs and forming a band with your brothers?
No, that's good. That's a great question. Uh, so let's show the group logo right there. It's also behind me.
There you go.
Everybody can see it. So in a quick, to sum it up, I was filming my show at the time. I was on Para Kings,
Mhm.
and my brothers and I we've grown up. We grew up as actors in the industry, and the truth is we just really we're best friends. I just posted it yesterday on my Instagram. We're best friends, and we we love hanging out. I mean, we love yeah, we just love being around each other, and being creative. So we wanted to do something, we wanted to share a career together, you know?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the ultimate goal obviously was to do a movie or a show. So we started writing a series actually at that around this time. This was years ago when I was on Para Kings. We started writing a show, but the truth is we knew that we were months out from this actually happening, maybe even years out.
Okay.
Um, and to be honest with you, we still uh, we ended up pitching our show many places, and the show just has evolved over the years now. Now we have many ideas, but whatever. Point being is we knew it wasn't something guaranteed right then. But music was something that we kind of controlled that destiny. Like, hey, if we put in the work now, we could have a song done soon. And ironically, we liked the same music, the same
Nice.
style of music. I can't say the same music, but around the same style. And yeah, so we started just working together. We told our parents that, you know, we wanted to basically form a group, not a boy band. People that people would assume, you know, would call us a boy band when we first started.
Right.
I could see why. We had the whole matching thing going, but we wanted to form a group. At the end of the day, we weren't singers really.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so yeah, my dad ended up getting in contact with a few of his friends that were in the music industry and said, look, well, you guys need this, 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 this. Once you cross this off, then you need to do this, 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 this. And we were on it. We did it like that. And within about 2 months, we were already recording our first song. And
Nice.
then within 5 months, as soon as Pair of Kings ended, we already had our first show like a month after. We started
Wow.
we started um rehearsing for, you know, for a live performance, and then within a month or two after Pair of Kings wrapped, we had our first show, and then from then it's just been go go go. One
Wow.
thing, one show, one invasion as we call it, led to the next, led to the next, led to the next, and then we realized after a while, like, okay, we need to take our performance to the next level. Like, people are digging it, but we can be better.
Mhm.
And it's just been a constant, like, battle of growth, you know, of constantly challenging one another, challenging ourselves as artists, as performers, as musicians, just all around. And as performers, then we were like, look, if we're going to be a boy band or boy group, we should incorporate some sort of dancing. So we
Right.
wanted the best. So then we ended up getting you know, our one of our best friends now, Shane Sparks, and he became our choreographer. And then
Nice.
we started incorporating dancing into our shows, which, you know, the I don't use the F word, but
Mhm.
the F word is fans, but I don't use that word. The Ochoanizers that did come to our shows back then thought it was awesome,
Okay.
but we still wanted to be better. And then we're like, okay, what can we do next? And it was about, okay, now we can make music for the radio. And then our choreographer Shane introduced us to our producer Ness, who, when we talk about loyalty and I talk about, you know, being loyal to the WWE,
Yeah.
that's just a business. Now we're talking, you know, career and friendships and family
Mhm.
and what we do. Well, when we talk about loyalty, Ness basically took us to the next level and made us the artists we are today. And we still, to this day, work with the same standalone producer
Really?
to this day.
Wow.
And the point being is, you know, we just continually want to grow always. But if that answers your question, yeah, you know, we really just we wanted to do something together, but we also wanted to showcase that we were more than just actors. You know, we
True.
actually, um, you know, we are musicians as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you do make good songs too. Then I mean, you your films are good and your songs are good, so you're definitely doing something right.
Thank you. Well, we have to be honest. You know, this album right here, this is our first album that it's not out. It's the Invasion LP.
Hmm.
We have technically 12 songs, but there's 14 songs actually. We have to say there's
Okay.
14 songs on it. One of them is an acoustic version of one of the 12 on the actual album,
Oh,
and
nice.
the other one is the bonus track is Scare Zone, which was featured in my film Mostly Ghostly, um,
Nice. Nice.
the Halloween film I did. So we put
Yes.
we put that on there as well. But all 14 of these songs were made with Ness, our producer that I was telling you about. This
Okay.
is the first album, but all these songs are basically made over the course of like 3 years. We would go and do one song, blah blah blah. Then a few months later, go and do another one. Time goes by, go do another one. And then after we're like, hey, yo, we have like 14, 15 songs now. We could
Wow.
make an album. And so we did this. But at the end of the day, we were still learning as writers, as musicians. We were still finding our voice. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good songs that I really love. and a lot of songs that I actually, as a writer,
Mhm.
you know, just a songwriter in general, me personally am very proud of, and my brothers are very proud of. But as artists now, you know, I always talk about this is our type. This
Yeah,
is like
exactly.
this is who we are. You know what I mean? Like this is who we are. That album was kind of made for performance, you know, like those songs are like us talking about partying, but
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, we were teenagers, you know, talking about partying and having fun, which hey, it's totally fine. But if we were to talk about that now, it'd be different because now, you know, we're all men.
Yeah,
But
that's
just as songwriters, and this album, our type, and our album we're working on now, we're actually talking about stuff that means something to us, or actually, you know, like emotions that we've gone
mhm.
through. And again, there's four of us, so we all have, you know, we all go through our own stuff. We all go through, you know, our own girl troubles, or you
Yeah.
know, not. Or one of our songs is about you know, some loved ones that we lost from suicide.
Oh,
That affected us really hard. So again, now with our music, we're actually writing music that matters and that has meaning, and I think through that, that's also helped us be, you know, get better as well, you know. And now with our new album, now we take both albums that we've done, and now we
yes.
can make a third one. Now it's just, you know, it's all of that mixed into one now, which is I still can't comprehend how, can't even say how fun and how good, just how different it is, you know, and how proud I am of what we're working on now. And again, I know a lot of people are, you know, saying when's it coming, and you know, some may even be, you know, losing hope in us, you know, when I say it's coming soon. But uh, again, I just posted it yesterday as well. I say,
Mhm.
you know, great things take time. You
Yeah,
know, great things
exactly.
take time, and we're not in a rush. You know, we're not in a rush. We're just enjoying the process, because once it's out there, it's out there. You know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean? And so we're just
wanna put
enjoying the
something good
process
out.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause you, I saw your page, like, you put out a new song from the album, right? Mo
Oh, Motor.
Motor?
Yeah, you posted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I put it in, like, the link when I was
Yes.
talking about the interview, yeah.
So you want to know about Motor,
Yeah.
or what it is? Okay,
Mhm.
so this is a cool story. Um, so when we just me, I have to tell you actually everything. So
Okay, good.
as you can see, there's three of us, right?
Mhm.
Me, this is my brother under me, and then this is my youngest brother. Uh,
Nice.
but as the Ochoanizers know, as you may know as well,
Mhm.
we have an older brother. I have an older brother,
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I'm the oldest out of us three though, but my older brother is Rick, and Rick is in all of these songs. He originally was in the group when we first started,
Mhm.
and we did all those original songs that are on the Invasion album. And then he ended up getting a job. And are you there?
Yeah, 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 I'm here.
Oh, my thing just shut off on me. Hold on 1 second. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
Oh, I just had like a whole thing just like pop up on me. That's
No, I saw a bright light shining on you.
Yeah, like the screen like swiped away, and like in some message popped up. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I was scared at first when I saw that bright light. I was like, I don't think
Was
it's
it a
my
bright light
time
on
yet.
me? But you
Yeah,
still saw me?
yeah, I still
Oh,
saw
that's so weird. I'm glad it didn't end. So anyway, my brother was in the group, and then he ended up getting a job. Um, but so he kind of had to make a decision, like, hey, you know, is he gonna you know, pursue, you know, keep pursuing the music? But the truth is, or the truth was, is we were my brothers, me and my younger brothers we were doing films at the time. I
Mhm.
just did mostly Ghostly, so we had a lot of momentum in the acting industry, which was kind of, you know, pushing things aside for the
Well,
music.
yeah, of
But my
course.
older brother and he was going to college at the time, so now then he started getting job offers. So we're like, look, we don't want to hold you back. um you're not holding us back, like, you
Mhm.
know, go do that. That's good for you. That's big for you, you
Yeah.
know. You deserve that. You've worked hard for it. So he took some time off and went to go do that, but then guess
Mhm.
what happens? Phones ringing. We're the Ochoa Boys. Ochoa, we want you. We're like, shoot, well, all of our music is with, Rick. So we talked to our producer Ness, and we basically told him, and he's like, look, guys, if you guys blow up, Rick's always there. It doesn't matter. You guys have music with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
what we'll do is we had just recorded a song with Rick, and we were gonna release it, but we did, and it's, to be honest, it is actually one of our top songs. So even though
Nice.
there's three of us on this album, Rick is in one song. He's in Real One, and it's one of our top most
Oh, okay.
listened to tracks on the album. So the one song there is the four of us, just because we knew, hey, as long as he's in a song on the album, it does. If the album blows up, when the album blows up, he's in a song,
Right.
But kind of rewinding, fast forwarding, my older brother, he was a big part of the songwriting process on the first album. So for me and my younger brothers, it was a big responsibility that we needed to take, and a big weight that we needed to carry to continue this, just starting to write our own music. Because our older brother did majority of the writing. We did stuff here and there, but he was the one who wrote majority of it. Like
Oh, okay.
Scare Zone for Mostly Ghostly. My brother pretty
Yeah.
much my older brother pretty much wrote the whole song, and it's so good.
Oh, wow.
But point being is, we took it upon ourselves to say, look, we want to write our music too. We
Mhm.
we want to show Rick that we can do it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, to be honest, on the side, I think it was something Rick needed to see, that, hey, look, they can do it without me as well. You know what I mean? So when he does come back, which he is now, he fits right in. It's easier. Everyone's sharing the workload. And, but in the meantime, when we went in, us three wrote our first song that we were going in as the three of us. The only song that actually didn't make the album. Long story short, or long story, it may make the next album. Who knows? But after that studio session, our producer was like, "Look, I'm very impressed with you guys. Like, good job." Now, and it ended up basically saying, "Look, I think you guys should give your individual Ochoanizers what they want. The people that follow you, Ryan. The people that follow you, Ray. The
Mhm.
people that follow you, Bobby." And we're like, okay, but what are you talking about? We're like, are we thinking what we think you're thinking? And he's like, you guys should do solo tracks. And we're like, oh my gosh, we had talked about this. He's like, you guys got to do it. And the truth is not many groups can do this, but we wanted to highlight each other's talents,
Yeah.
and because we're brothers, we can do that. So yeah, we ended up basically writing individual tracks exclusively for our type. But the exciting part is we never publicly announced that we were doing it. It was a complete surprise
Oh, wow.
when the album dropped. The only thing that people knew the week the album was coming out was the song titles. But we all did like promo videos,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my video that I did on my promo, I released I wrote down four songs, and one of the four of mine was Motor. My
Nice.
brother did 4 songs and Lost in Your Love, Bobby, that's Bobby's song. And then
Mhm.
Raymond did 4 songs, and one of his was Puzzled Up, which is his solo track.
Okay.
But people kind of could have just thought that it was just a fourth song, you know what I mean, that we were all in. But when the album came out, we named them Puzzled Up, Raymond Ochoa, Lost in Your Love, Robert Ochoa, Motor, Ryan Ochoa. So it's the 3 songs on the album that they're individual solo tracks where they just highlight basically each one of our talents, as in mine, I'm the energy when you listen to my song, and has a
Yeah.
lot of energy. When
Yeah,
you
it
listen to
definitely
my
does.
brother's song, he's the vocal, he's the voice, he's the singer, He's the, the one you like to hear. When you think of that, you think of water and the beach, just nice waves. And that's why his music video for Lost in Your Love was shot on the beach.
Gotcha.
And that's why in his song he's singing. He raps a little bit, but he sings majority of the song. And then
Mhm.
my other brother, he is the hardcore one. He's the dark one. He's the spark, like everybody. He's the mysterious one, which is why his song is the hard rap, the one that, it's just so grungy and
Mhm.
raw, you know what I mean? And yeah, so there is meaning behind the individual tracks as well.
Oh,
It's not like,
wow.
hey, we just did this. But last thing about each one of them is when we each heard the individual instrumentals for the songs,
Mhm.
I basically said, we got to do that song. We got to do that. And my brother was like, my Bobby was like, we got to do that one. Raymond's like, we got to do that one. And the other two on every song were like, on that. And those ended up turning into the solos. So that's a cool story. It
Wow,
was
yeah.
actually 3 beats that we heard that we each wanted to do, but the others didn't want to do them. So they ended up turning into solo tracks.
Wow, that's
I think you're the
awesome.
first person to ever get that info. I don't think anyone's heard that before.
Really? Well, I
Yeah, I
guess
don't think I don't
no
think
one's
we've
ever
ever
asked that
told any.
question.
Well, they've asked about the solos, but I don't think I've ever
Okay.
talked about the process behind picking the songs.
Mhm.
I don't think anyone knew that basically we each individually, maybe I've said it once or twice, but yeah, we each individually liked the instrumentals. And
Nice.
when I heard the motor instrumental at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
it was poppy. I was like, it was groovy. I was, kid you not, I still listen to the original instrumental when I work out
Yeah,
sometimes.
really?
Sometimes with no lyrics. I'll just listen to the instrumental and I'll sing and rap the song over the instrumental.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
But it's so poppy, it's so fun. Like I still love it.
Oh, man, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I've never told anybody that, I don't think.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
First one. That
Thank
was
you.
the process of picking it. But hey, you asked about Motor, so I had to.
Right,
Yeah, I
exactly.
mean it's the best song on the album, but just don't tell my brothers
Oh,
that.
I promise I won't say anything.
I'm just kidding. My brothers, I need them to repost this interview, so I can't say that. I gotta take that back.
Like, how do you, because you write your own songs, and how do you get into like a mind frame to write the songs? I know you said it's from personal experiences too, like girlfriends and stuff like that. How do you get into like a mind frame just to sit down and just write everything out?
What's funny, man, is I can give you like an answer, but I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Oh, okay.
And I just saw something from Camilla. She did, I saw a TikTok from her the other day where
Okay.
they asked her like, where do you get your inspiration? And her answer to it was like a TikTok dance that she was doing, or one of the trendy sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
And she talks about, and the reason I just brought her up is because I just saw it, and it really like just that part was the part that I remembered and stuck with me. She said that she wrote mainly from freestyle on her new album, I guess. She's like, anything, I just freestyled a lot that came to my mind. And that was interesting to me because it's something that I'm not like a huge music person. I mean, maybe I am, but when it comes to the writing process, it's the one thing that I'm actually very intrigued with any artist. I just saw Halsey just
Mhm.
is or just released it. I think she just released an album or
Yeah.
about to. And I was reading like the description about the album and how she came up with basically this album is a woman's maternal like thoughts during pregnancy, and how
Oh,
a
wow.
lot of mothers would be excited about it, but how a lot also say it's a nightmare. So she wrote it from the side of it being like a nightmare, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, and that's an interesting, like take on it. Oh wow, like I mean, like that, how cool is that? You know what I mean? Like
I know
a
exactly.
cool. So, you know, with that being said, me, uh, I can give you a brief story, but I was writing a song and I showed the boys and they actually were like, "Oh, this is cool. It's a cool idea." We brought it into our producer Ness, and I got to be honest, he basically was like, "Guys, I don't get it," you know? And looking back, it was the best decision, the best opinion that was probably ever given to me
Oh
from Ness,
wow.
because I wrote that entire song and, you know, he wasn't mad about it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He just told me, he's like, "Guys, I've known you for years. You guys come in and tell me stories all the time." He's like, I don't get this one." And I'm like, "That's crazy because I didn't, I didn't, it didn't feel like me when I wrote it." And he's like, "Go home and write something that that you're going through right now." And I kid you not, within 5 seconds of him telling me that, I looked to my brothers and I said two words. I don't know if I wanted to tell you, but I said two words. If you know this song, you'll people that the viewers, the listeners that watch this will know the two words I said. It starts with the same letter too, both words. But I said two words to them. And actually, I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you. I literally looked to them and I said, "Fake friends."
Oh.
And my brothers were like, "Yeah, let's do it." I went home. I kid you not. By the next morning, I never worked on it. By the next morning, I already had the whole entire hook done. And I came
Wow.
down to my brothers. They were playing games, and I was like, "Guys, I wrote the hook." And I read it to them, and they were like, "Ryan, this is super catchy." I was like, "It's good, right?" And it turned into our song "Ghost." That is about fake
Wow.
friends. And
Nice.
it was the most like rewarding feeling, just as a person, then as an artist, as a songwriter. It was just rewarding overall, all because Ness basically told us and he helped me. He
Yeah,
helped me
exactly.
that day. He really helped me that day and put a lot into perspective. So now I'm still trying to find that, you know?
Mhm.
So the new song I'm writing, I was just talking to this the other day, on another interview. The new song I'm writing, I'm trying to connect with that same aspect of
Okay.
writing from just something that means something to me, you know? That's why Closer to the Moon on our album is is a top favorite to anybody that listens to it. I mean, I've seen so many reviews on the music video alone, but the music video obviously just we just wanted to highlight the song the best way possible
Yeah.
and not go crazy with the video, just highlight the song. Is the song means too much to us to make a crazy video. We just wanted to highlight the song. That's what mattered. And based off of the reviews and the video reviews we've seen, that comes across, which is so good. And people love the song, you know? But a big reason is what I told you. It was something that had affected us for years and that our family went through. So now we just tell people at the end of the day, to sum it up, now we just tell people, I just want to write music that matters, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
If it's something that talks about, an issue, or mainly I want to talk about positive stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I want to talk highly of women. uh we have a song that I mean, our album, pretty much our album that we're working on now,
Mhm.
we just talk, we talk very highly of the girls that have been in and out of our lives. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Like, we don't want to shun them.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't want to like kick them to the curb at all, because at the end of the day, the girls that are in our lives now, that have been in our lives in the past, have made an impact. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Whether it ended tragically or not, um there was still a happy experience, or we still shared happy experiences
Mhm.
with them. And I think that's what we need to write about, you know.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
what a really cool question. I hope that doesn't put people to sleep, but
Nah, it was very good. Like I'm really enjoying listening to you. Like you like
thank you, man.
listening to everything behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah, it's my favorite, man. Honestly, like on the side, I could talk about it for hours. Like it, I can't wait to start writing. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be in the studio. Like I can't, you know, it's something that I truly enjoy. I'm constantly in a happy state. I'm
Nice.
always in a happy state.
Well,
At least
yeah.
I try to be. I hope you can see that. But
Oh no,
when I'm in the
definitely can.
studio, there's nothing like it. I'm just I I've noticed too, because like I'm not really on my phone much. I'm always filming. I just I love I just love that environment. I love, you know, creating, and when you're in the studio, your creative juices and your you know your that the creative side of my brain just jumps to another level, you know?
Nice.
So,
And you're absolutely right about fake friends. Like I've had my share of them. It,
have you heard the song
yeah, yeah, Ghost, yeah.
Ghost? Yeah, it's
Hmm.
uh I don't want to like throw anybody under the bus, but I wrote that song pretty quick. After I had that hook, that song was written pretty quick. It was, and there you go. I mean, there's going back to the question is, it was, can't say easy to write, but you know, once you have something that means something to you, like it was easy to write. And a part of like in one of the verses, I wrote, and my it was a line for my brother, but we say RNS beats Shane and Dave invade for decades, be afraid. We say three people that were not fake friends, that are not fake friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ness, RNS beats, that was his like old tagline. But RNS, um, Shane is our choreographer I told you about, who was
Hmm.
there. Excuse me. He was there before we were making, you know, music with Ness. When we were making like music in our old home studio, you know what I mean? Like
Oh wow.
at the end of the day, we didn't know the artists that we were gonna be, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
We
exactly.
were just throwing lyrics together. I mean, we, shout out to the OG music, but we had a song called Go Crazy. Hey, don't get me wrong, it goes off. Like if you hear it, it goes off.
Hmm.
But you know, the song was like crazy, crazy, crazy. We're going crazy, crazy. Like that was the chorus, you know what I mean? And Shane believed in us. Shane saw the vision, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And someone like that is not a fake friend.
Well, yeah,
Guess what?
exactly.
I just talked to him a few days ago. He just commented on one of my Instagram posts saying, you know, stay the course, boys. You know, the vision, you know, is right there. You know what I mean? And he's still there. That's why he was in that song. And Dave, he's one of my best friends. He
Nice.
all around. I mean, I could talk about Dave too, but he's a. I worked with him. I met him in the acting industry,
Oh
and
wow.
he ended up basically helping my brothers and I in our music, and helped me out in my introduction, you know, to DJ. He was working on the set of Jungle Cruise. That's how I
Nice.
got to meet DJ. So people like that, that's a real friend. That's a true friend, you know. So that's why I wanted to highlight them. And when you think of, okay, what's the song about? The song is about fake friends, but no, who are
Mhm.
the true friends that have been in our life? So
Right,
it was just one
right.
line, you know what I mean? So just things like that that I threw in as well into the song that um, was just something cool to write about.
Nice. Yeah, that's really awesome to know like who your real friends are and the friends that like used you or just didn't like something you did or said and toss you aside and you know like it's really good to have like a true friend. Like I've dealt with so many fake friends, but then I know which ones are the real friends then.
And you know, hearing from you too as well, it makes, yeah, it makes the song, you know, mean more too. But
Mhm.
Also, I know everybody has stories like that. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? I
definitely.
know everybody has similar stories. So that's why it's like, hey, look, we're all going to experience them, but it's just how do you handle it? You know, how do you really handle? I just talked to another one of my true friends.
Yeah.
I don't talk to her all the time, but I just we had a discussion about this literally a few hours ago.
Oh wow.
Um, we had a discussion about this, and how do you really? I told her it's like it really matters, and just how do you handle it?
Mhm.
Again, her and I were still close at the end of the day. That's not going to
Yeah.
change. But the people that have been fake friends, whatever, you know who they are. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? It's like they're not going to bring me down. They're not going to change my mood. But
Right. Right.
it was something that, hey, you never know. Maybe somebody hears the song and they're like, hey, I wonder if Ryan's talking about me. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Sure.
you're right. I haven't. And the last time he texted me, I didn't respond to him. I'm not gonna get all like I'm not gonna turn this into to one of those interviews. Okay, simmer down, Ryan. Simmer down. Put the muscles away again. Okay, simmer down. I'm my brothers call me a hothead. I'm not a hothead. I'm not being a hothead right now.
Uh, I mean, you seem like someone who's like really chill and really fun. Like, I don't see the hothead thing. I see someone chill and fun.
I'm I try to be. Honestly, I love life, man, so much. I'm just grateful to be alive, honestly. I know that sounds
Mhm.
so cheesy, but I'm a lot of people say this too, like I'm grateful for the grind. I know you hear that. I
Yeah.
truly am. Like
Yeah.
um I was talking to my best friend. He called me today,
Okay.
and I was telling him the like just in general about grateful for the grind. You know what I mean? Like how I know it. The reason I brought him up is I told him how, man, I had a photo shoot this morning. I had another, photo shoot right after.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to do an interview in a few hours, and then I have another interview after this actually as well.
Oh wow.
It's like an interview slash, but it's for one of the new shows that I'm in right
Okay.
after this. And I just told him, I was like, some people might say like, oh my gosh, like I'm stressed out, but I'm just grateful, man. Like, and I'm just grateful to be able to say that I get to do that,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
and I guess when you appreciate things like that, you can never be in a bad mood or you can never be in a bad state. I'm just like, I look forward to what's next, like what's around the corner. Like I think about like, oh, what do I got to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. We're getting
Yeah.
ready for the weekend. Oh my gosh, the weekend's coming up. You know what I mean? Like another weekend that we can enjoy. Football season's coming. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah. Oh yeah.
We're exactly 7 days from today from football starting. You know what I mean? Like that's something to just be excited
I
about.
know. I
And
know.
it's not, you don't think about it. It's like, all right, tomorrow's Friday. I got to finish strong tomorrow so I can go into the weekend and enjoy my weekend just with my family. Or
Hmm.
who knows what tomorrow will bring. I may get a call tomorrow and say, hey, Ryan, I need you to be here or here.
That's true.
And I'll
That's
be
true.
ready. You know what I mean? And I'll be ready. And I'm going to attack it with a smile on my face. That's all that matters. And I think with that mindset, like I'm getting chills thinking about it. I always get chills when I start talking about something that pumps me up.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it just like, yeah, it's just like that it's the unknown, but also the known. Like, like I know something's coming that's exciting. I also know like this maybe 4 things that I have to do tomorrow.
Hmm.
But the other things that are going to happen throughout the day that I don't know about, I'm ready to find out. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah, definitely.
so I don't know if that's cheesy or not, but
No, no, it's not at all.
yeah, that's it's kind of what just keeps me going. It just keeps me moving, keeps my mind focused. That's for sure.
Nice. No, no, it's really, really, really awesome. Like just to have that kind of like thought, like always looking forward to what's happening next and not dwelling on anything and just pushing forward.
I have to say, I am not looking forward to putting all my clothes away though. I'm not, I'm looking, I have a big pile of clothes that I did that I man, it is just a big pile and I am not looking forward to it. No, no, no. Guess what? That pile is gonna be there in a few days. I'm just kidding.
Right
No, I'm
there.
kidding. I'm kidding. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. I'm just kidding. I had to throw a joke in there. Come on.
And one horror film you did that I really love is Room for Rent,
Yeah.
and it was such a great horror film, and you had some very intense scenes with a, a horror a horror icon, Lynn Shay. And how was it like shooting those crazy scenes with Lynn?
First off, that movie was so much fun. The I always got to give like some sort of backstory before and why that movie. These projects mean a lot to me, which why these stories and my answers. There's always something more than just
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
But that movie means a lot to me because I had just filmed that literally 3 months after I finished the Samuel project.
Okay.
And the first AD that I worked with on the Samuel project, I met him actually on the Samuel project. He ended up getting that movie and referred me to the director. I would have never known about that movie, probably been in that movie if it wasn't for the first AD. And shout out to my bro Casey.
Yeah.
Casey got that film, referred me. I sent a audition to the director, and the director ended up calling me to do it. He's like, "Hey, great." So I owe a big part of that film to Casey. Anyway, so I was already going there with a positive, positive story, and the fact of how I was already grateful to be in that movie because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have been. So now I want to go in there and make my friend look good.
Yeah, of
And
course.
just, do a good job, That was my mindset is, make my friend look good. And this is an intense character. So, make it good. And then I met Lynn, and she is a pro.
I'm sure.
I mean, I can't explain how just seeing her in the zone every morning, she's something else. Like after we wrap, you see, oh my gosh, it's Lynn. But man, when she is on set, she's a pro. She's in it. Like all right, she became this creepy lady, And with that being said, she I can't say made it easy, but she definitely helped me a lot, like with those scenes because those aren't easy, I mean,
yeah, I'm
the
sure.
things that I was saying, I mean,
Well, yeah.
I can't even repeat them because they're so profane, and explicit, and it's just not me. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like
yeah.
that's why to get into that character, I had to be in a different place. You know what I mean? I had to really become Wayne to talk to a lady like this. I had to have no cares in the world, But Lynn definitely helped me because she just said, go there, like
wow.
go for it. No, that's what she said. Go for it. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And especially then you have that return of when she kisses me.
Yeah.
That's like that connect, is not just weird, but unusual, And I remember I remember those few days that I was on the set were some really fun days, but also some they were intense for me as just as a person, as an
Mm,
actor, of course, but they were intense because it was definitely something new for me. But with that being said, about how was she definitely helped me a lot because not only is she a pro, she told me just to go for it.
yeah,
And I didn't want to hold back at the end of the day. I couldn't. I mean, that's just I wouldn't have been able to do the work that I wanted to if I couldn't go for it or if I had to hold back a little bit. And obviously I wouldn't, but just the fact that she gave me that just gave me the okay, you know, to
oh yeah,
to
definitely.
to go for it. It really helped, and I think made for a good product. I do get a lot of, which is really cool because it wasn't a movie that hit theaters.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
it didn't get oh, I'm sorry, it didn't get a huge theatrical release, but I get a lot of positive reviews about that, not only that film but that performance, and it it's kind of cool because I'm not in that much of the movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, I am listed as like the third lead, which is crazy to me. I'm only in a few scenes, but
mhm,
again, kudos to Lynn, respect to her because I told her this. I said, they're giving me like title credit,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
opening. They're giving me front credits, um, but I mean, I'm just a supporting character in this film. She's like, no, you don't understand. Your scenes really set up this woman's um like what she say this
Yeah, when she goes like little off.
she goes off the wall. She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you really set her up for that.
Hmm.
And so hearing that was like, wow, hearing that from the lead actress, the woman that's carrying this movie, hearing her like not only like praise like just the fact that I'm gonna do this movie, but also like just the character in general. The fact that she understood that
Exactly.
really made me want to deliver the best performance. I was like, okay, well, now the pressure's on. My character sets this woman up for the whole film. Like, okay, let's do this thing. And I got to admit, it helped me a lot too because I was in this tiny little town. We filmed in Sedona, Arizona.
Oh wow,
I
okay.
had never been there before. So many
Yeah, I never
people,
even heard of
so
it.
many people. Oh, Sedona is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Well, we have family and we have a lot of friends that live in Arizona now. They're like, you're coming to Sedona. Oh my gosh, you're so
Oh
lucky.
wow.
We're going to meet you there. So I had a lot of friends that come and meet me there while I was filming that week.
Wow,
But
nice.
it's really nice. Oh my gosh, they have like the Red Rock Mountains and everything. Oh my, it's so
Oh,
nice. And but anyway, it's a very secluded town, very 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 small town, and you kind of feel not like in a bad way, but
hmm,
you feel isolated. And I felt I was alone. I was by myself. I wasn't with my brothers. As much as we're best friends, I wasn't with my brothers.
yeah,
I tackled this by myself. But because of that, I felt like I was, you know, um, not isolated, but like, excluded, you know?
hmm, hmm.
And I was like this outsider. That's what I felt like. I was this outsider punk kid in this town, and I felt bigger than life there. Though it was
Wow,
weird. It was an odd, like, the town's so nice, but because I was by myself tackling on this city by myself and this trip and this movie, I just felt like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I am Wayne. You know what I mean?
right?
I can, do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, but I got that just from being there. And And that's kind of how Wayne is. He feels like he runs the city, you know,
Hmm.
he runs the skate park. No one's allowed here. So all of that, like, I kind of just took in, you know, and um felt bigger than life in that role, you know.
Wow. Yeah,
So
because like you killed it with those lines. Like you know, when I was watching that film and when I saw you come in the film and the interaction you had with Lynn
you're
and
like, oh,
man, like
Lanny's
you
here. Lanny's in this movie. Kidding, kidding, kidding. Like, oh,
yeah,
Ryan.
yeah, but you killed it. Like the film was great. The the scenes that you had were really good in it. Like
Thank you. I appreciate. I really, that means a lot.
yeah, definitely. With in Room for Rent, like what scene did you like like the best?
I well, the kind of liked all of them because they all kind of had their own, like, the first one, at the skate park when you first see me, that's when you first meet me. It was a smaller
Mhm.
scene, but it's when you first meet my character, so it's like, all right, make an impact right off the bat, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like, can I help you? Remember that one? Like, uh, and she takes my skateboard.
Yeah.
I remember what do I say? I scream after her something. Yeah, run something. I just remember, like, I had that first scene meant what I love that first scene because I had to, like, introduce myself and you know, make an impression, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
but that second scene when she's walking
Oh, I know.
and we stop her and I end up grabbing her bag and harassing her, you know, while we walk into the gate and stuff. That scene was that was an intense day.
Oh
That
yeah, definitely.
that was an intense day. Um, that was an intense few hours actually because again, the things I say in that scene, man, you know, I, I mean, you can prepare for something like that, but at that point, all preparation goes out the window, you know, when you're actually there and Lynn Shay is standing right in front of you, you know what I mean? And you have to, you know, lift up her skirt a little bit, like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Mhm.
things like that, like that you just gotta, I just had to be in my own head, you
Well,
know?
yeah, of course.
So that scene, that's definitely memorable. The last one was fun too, because I got to get the beat up, you know, the bloody lip and everything, and get punched. That's always cool. You know,
That's
I
always
haven't
cool
really
to
been
get
punched.
punched.
I haven't really been punched that much. I'm always the puncher. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm not. It was cool because I think that was the first movie that I actually got in a fight.
Oh, really?
I mean, it wasn't really a fight when it was just one punch and I was on the ground. So
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not really a fight, but that was, that was fun.
Well, you can always try to ask to do it steel cage match
Or a TLC.
or TLC.
Or a TLC.
I
Director. This scene's gonna be a TLC match.
I don't know though. Do you want to get slammed through a table?
I do. I really do. You know what I really want to do? I want to jump off a ladder.
Really?
I want to swan tom off a ladder. I really do.
One time I was wrestling, I was climbing up the ladder and and the guy got up and he caught me on the ladder and he power bombed me off the ladder through a table and that hurt so bad.
Was that just a one-time thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Just imagine like the Dudley boys who
I
did it
know.
all the time,
I
or
know
Jess and Matt.
exactly.
Like that's like, wow, you said if that hurt really bad, that was a one-time thing. These guys do it all the time.
I know. I don't know how they do those spots with the tables and the ladders. It's just it's crazy how they do it like week after week and night after night. I
Yeah,
mean, Oof.
And especially the guys that are like the hardcore,
Exactly.
the high flyers. I mean, Roman got AA'd from Cena at
That's
SummerSlam
true.
through
That's
that
true.
announcer table.
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm not gonna, say it looks like it's easier or they look like they're breakable tables. I know they're still tables, but
Well, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you don't know. But hearing it from you, obviously, I'm just gonna take that back because you know what? They're going through tables at the end of the day, and I'm
Yeah,
not. So you know what?
that's true. But,
Props to them.
but if you definitely want to try it, like you should put that in like a script in the film saying, yeah, just body slam me through a table.
Tell again, we just got to send this to Vince. Ryan Ochoa's dream is to go through a WWE table.
It's actually better to go through one of their tables because their tables are the lighter ones. The ones on the local circuits, they can't afford those kind of tables, so they have to get the real ones.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
so you're saying WWE's fake?
No, 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 I'm not saying that at all.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's one match I have to send you a picture of it. I wrestled a 6'10" woman.
6'10" woman.
6'10" woman. I definitely have to send
I
you over
definitely have to
picture.
see this.
Yeah,
I definitely have to see this.
yeah.
Wow.
It was definitely wild. Like she was choking me out with her foot and just throwing me all around the ring and tough as nails too. Like she was 6'10", I think like 300 pounds.
Oh
But
my gosh.
she wasn't heavy. Since she was so big, like the weight was proportioned right on all around her body.
Oh wow.
It was, yeah, she was tough.
This is super random. This is super random. But do you remember? It might be the same match, that TLC match I was telling you about. But
Mhm.
do you remember when Jeff Hardy was hanging on to the belt
Yes,
and
yes.
Edge climbed up the ladder and speared him
Yep,
from midair?
yep.
I just watched that the other day.
I think that was the same match.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I really want to ask them both. How did they prepare for that?
Oh, there's no way preparing
Because
that.
there was a ladder right at the bottom,
I know.
like tilted right on the edge of the turnbuckle. And
Yeah,
how did they know when he speared him that Jeff wasn't gonna like go too far, you know?
I know.
I mean, when you watch the video, it happened perfectly. Like he spears him and he just falls straight down on his back.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, how did he know it was gonna hit him and like the momentum wasn't gonna spin Jeff like going backflip and land on his neck? You know what I mean?
know,
Like,
I know. I mean, you take a chance when you're out there in that ring. Like you don't. I mean, if you do have the match planned out, like you never know what could happen during the match. Like even though like, you have it planned out and stuff, something could happen that's not part of the plan. And you know like you, there's you could get hurt for real and all kinds of things can happen.
like Mankind getting thrown off the Hell in a Cell from Undertaker into the announcer table.
And when Cactus when he was known as his other character and his ear got ripped off by Vader.
Oh yeah. Oh, I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack, Vader threw him into the ropes and his head got caught in the rope and he was trying to break free and slice the ear off.
Yep. Oh.
I know.
Back to WWE.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we have
literally one question, WWE. Another question, WWE.
Um, with room for rent, like I'm gonna ask one more question. Like whenever I have a guest on, I ask them about a movie that they did. I will always ask if there was any like funny or cool behind the scenes stories that happened while you were on set.
So you love Room for Rent, huh?
I do.
Is that what is the Grue Room mainly for horror film?
Basically, yeah.
That's because you did reach out to me like right after the movie came out, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, we're keeping it relevant. Keeping Room for Rent relevant. Uh, uh, so you just said any behind the scenes stories?
Like anything that like stood out to you, like something fun that happened or funny or
I got one.
Okay.
I got one story, but I'm trying to think of. I wasn't there for too long.
Yeah, of course.
Gosh, I know there's something. I just can't think of it. I'm thinking. Hold on.
No problem.
I'll just say the one I just remember that one of the like what I really enjoyed was that I actually got to do like stunt choreo for that.
Nice.
So I remember we were literally filming a scene. We were filming the outside scene that I was telling you about. The one where she walks up to me with the bag. She was filming that scene, and we were filming that, and then in between our breaks, they were calling me into like the big like I don't remember what it was. It was like a conference room.
Okay.
It was like where the makeup and wardrobe and everything was. And they called me in because we were literally staging the choreography for that fight where I basically get punched, But it was just it was cool because we had like obviously I was working with the stunt coordinator and we had like our stunt guys that were basically showing me like how we were gonna do it. And I guess you're probably like, oh yeah, well, like why does that matter? But it was just cool because for me, again, only being in a few scenes, I felt like so important, you know what I mean? And it's always cool to show up to a set, you know what I mean? You get to do a fight scene and get makeup, busted lip makeup and bloody. I had a bloody nose, and it was just a cool experience, But I'm trying to think of like a funny memory,
Okay.
I don't want to be that guy where I'm like, oh yeah, every single day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if you think of something else, then it'll make me think of something.
Yeah, definitely. So I also see you're in another series, Ghetto Busters, is it?
Yes, that's what I'm actually doing the interview for after this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you probably can't say nothing about it.
No, I can. The interview after this, I think I don't know if it's an interview or it's something for Ghetto Busters about like, the process moving forward from here because things are happening. It's like, I don't want to give anything away, but I think I know it comes out soon, on streaming. I don't want to give away too much, but I know it's coming out soon, in 2021.
Okay.
But yeah, but with Ghetto Busters, it in a nutshell, it started as a small project with just a few people in the film and the director, and then fast forward, they ended up getting a budget, and people ended up coming on board, and they reached out to me, and and then it ended up just turning into this big thing where they ended up getting they got some pretty relevant actors in it and actresses, and they reached out to me and said, hey, look, we just filmed this, and I saw I saw the episode that they had just filmed with the nice cameras, and again, it's like when you watch it, you're not gonna like expect to watch like, you know, what's a big show out right now? I would say Stranger Things, because I love,
Oh, okay.
or All American, like all these big shows. You're not
Mhm.
expecting to watch that, but like production value wise, you know. But when you get the premise of it, this show is gonna be a hit. Like it's really funny, really funny.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I ended up coming on board. I ended up filming an episode, and then they continued to bring me back for the rest of the
Oh,
season.
wow.
So I
Oh,
did
that's awesome.
three episodes or 4 episodes. I'm not entirely sure. We originally shot it as three, but they may be breaking it up into a fourth. So it's either 3 or 4 episodes that I was in,
Okay.
and they're already talking about season 2 right now, which is exciting. So,
Nice. Nice.
the cool thing about that project is it started off as a little small thing, and it got some momentum, and that's what I'm all about. You know, I'm all about passion, and you know, it's not always about how much money you're gonna make. You know, it's never about that for me. You know, it's never been about that for me.
Mhm.
It's all about the project, the story, the people, um, the character, and this one was kind of all of the above. The story's pretty cool and funny, and just overall, the people there I really enjoy working with. They have a lot of passion. They all own their own gear pretty much, so they all film whenever they want. So I love that. They all basically teach me and help me with my own production stuff. And hey, Ryan, you need to get this. This is the latest thing coming out.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so it was can't say a no brainer for me to do it, but that's, you know, when you mix. Oh, and the character. I love the character. I was like, what's the fourth one? The character. Bucky's the man baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get to work out in every episode,
Oh, there you go.
and um, I have a I don't want to give away too much, but I
Yeah.
get introduced with a I get introduced with a with a I don't want to say it. We'll call her Hot Mama.
Oh,
Hot,
oh,
Hot
okay.
Mama is my
I definitely know what
girlfriend.
you're trying to say.
Hot Mama is my girlfriend when you introduce my character. So I'm supposed to be this super cool, total, uh, you know, man baby is what
There
they
you
call
go.
me.
There
I'll
you
just say
go.
I love using that. I'm a total man baby, and he thinks he's cool, I guess you would say. And
Nice.
it's fun. I ended up, they kind of, I'm the little one out of the Ghetto Busters. You know, I'm the youngest
Okay.
one. I'm the man baby. You know, it's fun. But at the end of the day, it's a funny show, and the chemistry between all of us is exciting.
Nice. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing it now, especially how you described your character, the man baby.
The man baby. Oh, you'll see when you see it. There's one scene, and there's one scene in the first episode that you see me, and it is so funny, but it's so over the top
Mhm.
ridiculous when just thinking about if this was to really happen to just anybody, and how he would react to a breakup.
Okay. Okay.
uh it's hilarious, and especially for how tough I act around everybody, but
Mhm.
how I really am behind is it's definitely something else.
Nice. I I remember like the first time I ever saw you on television. My younger cousin, like he used to watch all those shows on the Disney or Nickelodeon. I think it was Disney, and he was watching Pear pair of kings, and I remember sitting here watching with him, and I was like, who's this kid talking to a fish?
That's me. That's King Lanny,
Yeah.
or Prince Lanny, as they say. Prince Lanny.
Yeah, that was like the first time I ever saw you on television was that show, Pair of Kings.
One of my favorite shows still to this day.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. I don't watch it all the time. I really don't watch much TV. I try
Yeah.
to. I try to now actually, but there was a phase where I really didn't watch any TV. I was so like, I'm not like boring like work, 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 but you know, I definitely am always like my brothers always say like you're always doing something,
Well, yeah, I mean
I try to. But
you
now I'm like, hey, look, you got to make some time to, watch a movie or watch a show or, you know, listen to
yeah,
music just
yeah,
randomly.
definitely. Like you do a lot. You act, you write, direct, produce. Like I mean, you basically do everything.
I can't say everything, but I definitely I do the things that I can't say I'm good at, but I do the things that I know that you know I feel like I'm capable of.
Okay.
Um, and it's also things that I've been doing for years. It's not just like something that I just like woke up and all of a sudden I'm doing it.
Well, yeah.
Which is why like I'm gonna be honest with people. Like I really want to learn how to play the guitar.
Oh wow.
One of my
Okay.
friends that I told you was here the night of SummerSlam that we were
Mhm.
telling him, he's really, really good at the guitar. And
Nice.
I never knew that. He's, similar to like me and all my really good friends. He's a, fitness junkie.
Nice.
Uh him and I just devour our ice cream, like But one thing I didn't know is he's very athletic. I mean, like he fits in with my brothers and my family very well because it's like we love sports. We love,
Yeah.
that my two younger brothers are, I mean, I kind of say I'm a Twitch streamer as well, but
Okay.
my two younger brothers are, they Twitch stream on Twitch. I stream on Twitch too. I just haven't in a while, in like a month, but he's like full time on Twitch.
Nice.
Um, but I just never knew that he actually played the guitar and he's really good at it. So, but the point being is that, it's something that I know I can't do right now. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like I'm gonna learn. Trust me, I'm gonna learn.
Okay.
But it's gonna take time. So, in the meantime, I gotta do what I know I know how to do. You know what I mean? So doesn't mean you can't learn, but that's my what I always tell people. Do what you can, but also you gotta start now,
Well, yeah,
You're
of
not just
course.
gonna procrastinate and say, I'm gonna learn how to play the guitar, but it's gonna be like in 5 years.
I know, exactly. Yep.
My brother already bought a guitar, so he just
Wow.
recently bought one to learn. So he took that step. Yeah, so he basically was showing us, and he already was showing me. I was like, well, no, I want to learn like right now. So we took about an hour, and he was just showing me some little small things. But at
Okay.
the end of the day, you're not gonna learn how to play the guitar in an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
You need months. And he basically told me it took him about a year.
Oh wow.
To actually learn a lot. So anyway, point
Wow.
being is, I also have to be honest with myself. You were super generous with your, thing comment about doing everything, but at the end of the day, I don't do everything. I want to, trust me, I want to, but I just do the things that I know how to do right now
Yeah, yeah.
and that I also enjoy.
Okay.
I really make sure I can't stress that enough to everybody. I always say you got to do what you enjoy, because if you
Mhm.
don't enjoy it, you're not going to have fun, and
Exactly.
you're going to be stressed out,
Exactly.
and you're not going to like be motivated. You know what I mean? Like you said about writing music.
Mhm.
I love writing music. I can't say like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to like start writing some lyrics, but when that time comes and I hear something, or when I hear a song come on and I'm like, I want to do a song to that, or the song that I'm writing, like I know later tonight I'm gonna start going through some more ideas for the song, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But the point is I'm not gonna like write something tonight and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, this is how it's gonna be. This is the final product. No, you always gotta keep learning. And I'm always like rewriting and you know, changing stuff. And that goes with everything that I do, you know. I'm never really settled on anything, you know. And that's a bad thing being an editor. That's a very bad thing being an editor. If you don't mind me asking, is this interview gonna be, are you gonna like play it like this?
Yeah, yeah. Like I usually post it on IGTV and you and YouTube too.
Oh, great. So they're gonna see me just like talk away.
Yeah, but you know, it's fun though. I love
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
it.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching if you made it this far.
And I have to ask because I see you with the shirt on, and it definitely shows your body. Like you definitely have a really good build. And how what
Well, thank you.
what
Wow.
does your workout and diet consist of?
The big question. Well, I will say everything goes off of like something I said recently, you know. I somebody asked me recently actually, how I like what's like a daily routine of mine.
Mhm.
Um, and I said I actually just did I just did a day in the life video on my Instagram,
Oh, sweet.
uh, talking about, you know, how I was just with my, you know, we just got 2 new dogs,
Nice.
um, which is crazy because we hadn't had a dog in years since our first dog passed. Took us
Oh,
many years to get a new dog, and then within basically 6 months we had 2 dogs, and they're actually real brothers, so it's really cool.
oh,
So I try to spend
nice.
time with them, but my big thing is I gotta get a workout in, you know. I try to at least, and it just I try to find the actual words anytime I talk about, you know, my fitness journey,
Hmm.
and it's just tough because it's always changing. But
Okay.
I it's just it keeps me focused. It's my getaway, and it's just that one thing that it makes me happy. You know, it really makes me happy, and uh, seeing the progression over the years. I mean, um, it's crazy to see that there's actually progress. You know, and that's
Hmm.
and in a world, and especially in an industry that I've been in, where the results are, you know, sometimes never there. Sometimes, you know, you don't get results, in a world, in an industry where there's a lot of rejection.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, my fitness journey is something that I control. You know, I control when I go in and I put my gloves on to get a workout in. I control if I'm gonna, you know, go to sleep at night at
Hmm.
midnight or go work out. You know what I mean? And it's just something that I can control. Excuse me. And now going places and seeing people that I haven't seen in few years, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you know, you look great."
Yeah.
It's just obviously also a big, you know, motivation booster as well. But at the end of the day, it's not even about, you know, how I look, or it's not even about that. It's about it's all from me mentally. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The rest, the progress, the results, all of that will come down the road. You know what I mean? All of that will come. It's really it's that one thing that it keeps me happy. It's at the end of the day, it just, my fitness routine is the one thing that keeps me happy. And um, my diet, the reason I didn't really answer that as I was trying to stir away, because it's the one thing that I'm still working on. I got to be honest. I'm still working on. I uh, I can say I have a diet, but I don't have a diet. And if
that makes sense.
you got the exclusive, because not a lot of people, a lot of people ask me about that.
Yeah.
But some of my friends tell me, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to eat this, you got to eat this. Some of my friends tell me no, like, whatever. But I will just say, I watch what I eat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I don't eat the greatest, you know what I mean? I just told you, me and my buddy go to town on
ice
ice
cream.
cream. Like ice cream, I love ice cream. Like,
nice.
But again, I watch it, you know what I mean? Like, I won't eat ice cream every day, you know what I mean? But it's okay to have it. People know that I love cookies.
Oh, okay.
I'm always posting with a smoothie. I love my smoothies. I used to post that Jamba Juice all the time.
Oh my God, I love that stuff.
I love smoothies, but again, they're not bad for you. They're good for you. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I love protein. I mean, I love it. there's the hothead coming out. If that answers your question, like.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, like, it's all about balance. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's the best way to say it. It's all about balance. And I'm not the guy that right now, I will be, I think, down the road, that weighs his food. I'm not not that guy. I want to, don't get me wrong. But my life is just, I always say, crazy. My life is just a little too crazy for that. Like, I'm always on the go.
Yeah.
There'll be a time and there'll be a day and age where, things will settle down and I don't have to, be on the road all the time. But, my brothers, my parents, like, we're always traveling. We're always making spontaneous trips. We're always doing this, you know what I mean? And it's hard. Like, oh, I got to weigh my food real quick. You know what I mean? Like, or I can't have this, you know what I mean? Like, as much as that excites me, like, I kid you not, like, I want that. I'm not saying I don't.
Okay.
But that's why, again, things can't happen overnight either.
Of course.
I can't go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Like, I got the fitness aspect. I got the motivation down. Like, I can hold that end of the deal. Now I'm in the middle. Now it's time to, take the second half. And what's the second half? I think I know it's my diet. My diet. If I had a solid diet, I mean, things could probably be, can't say better, but I think I know I would have just I'd appreciate everything even more. I'd appreciate the work, but even more when you actually know you're eating the right things, you know what I mean? Because hey, I said again, eating ice cream, you know what I mean? It's like it's but I can't say that because it's not bad, you know what I mean? It's not bad. Like it's hard. That's like at the end of the day, that's a hard question for me because I know it's something that a lot of fitness guys do and watch, but and it's something that I probably want, but it's just hard for me. You know what I mean? It's hard to find that balance. Like I really, that's another thing. I really, respect DJ in that aspect because I know his diet is perfect.
Yeah, he does have a strict diet. Yeah,
he has a strict diet, and that's why I just ultimately like cheat day is like super, super important to him, but he earned it. You know what I mean?
Of course,
because he has a strict diet. So again, finish this. There will be a day and age when, I'll have a strict diet as well. But
Yeah.
again, I mean, I'm still young. I'm
Yeah,
still,
of course.
learning. I'm still trying to, find that, uh, fitness grind as well too. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But um, I'll just say that I'm happy with where I am right now.
Well, you definitely should be. I mean, you look great, and whatever you're doing, you're doing it right.
Appreciate you. I do get a lot of I have a lot of very, very educated people around me that are, much wiser and much
Yeah,
smarter when it comes to fitness.
yeah, exactly.
That's a big thing too. You got to surround yourself with, you know, not just, motivating people, but also people that, know what they're doing. So
Mhm.
when I first started, I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna pick up this weight and just start lifting it. You know what I mean? And then after a while, I'm like, okay, I've been in here for 6 months now, and then it's like, okay, now what do I do? And then I reached
Yeah,
out to my buddy. He's like, okay, now you got to take it to the next level. And now I have actual fitness guys training, or telling me.
nice,
And then now
nice.
my one of my friends I just told you about, he's like super ripped, and he's telling me, hey, try this plan. I'm like, okay, good. So it's just all about, taking it to the next step, next level, and just,
Okay.
again, just like I said at the beginning with my brothers, just continuing to grow. It's just like you can't go with 0 to 100 real
Well,
quick.
yeah,
And
of course.
I want to. That's just me. That's just how I am. And but you will wear yourself out. You know what I mean? And a lot of people even tell me that, you will wear yourself out. So just take it step by step. So that's what I'm doing.
Nice. Well, I know you have another thing to go to, another interview to go to. So I'm just gonna
Man, I
ask.
had so much fun.
I'm just gonna ask a couple more questions, and then I'll end it. I just looked down at the time. I didn't realize what time it was,
Oh,
and
I know. What time is it?
it's I mean on my end Eastern time it's 10:20.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's 2 hours.
yeah.
You're not gonna have a 2 hour interview. You're gonna have to trim it a little bit. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Well, for IG television, I have to split it into two, but on YouTube, I can just post like the whole thing.
I can't wait to share a 2 hour interview with the world. Do
Exactly.
you know when it's gonna be released?
Well, I'm definitely gonna put it up this week weekend because for IG television, I have to edit it into two separate
Gotcha.
things, but on YouTube, post I'll post that up fast because like I could just get this and download it and post it today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll I obviously I did this yesterday for my Ryanator Wednesday, but I posted an interview that it came out actually Wednesday last week,
Okay.
not yesterday, but the last week.
Yeah.
And but the last Wednesday on the Tuesday night, another interview I did was released. So I was already planning on posting the one on Wednesday. So then the one
Nice.
that was released on the Wednesday, I posted it yesterday. Just because Wednesday's my big Ryanator Wednesday day, and I
Nice.
like
Okay.
to make it everything's even bigger on Wednesdays.
There you
So
go.
I'll probably repost. Well, knowing me, I will repost when it gets released. This,
Okay.
but I'll probably do a big post on Wednesday.
Nice. Thank you.
So if
Nice.
you're watching this, it's Wednesday.
Exactly.
It's Wednesday. It's not Thursday right now. It's Wednesday.
uh, so like the last two questions I'll ask you before I'm sorry I kept you this long. I like you kept saying you have another interview and all that.
Stop. Hey, who knows when the next time? I had to make up the first hour. I had to make up from the last year. The second hour was this year, so
Okay,
we're good.
that works. Um, what what do you like doing? I mean, you don't have a lot of free time, but when you do have free time, what do you like doing?
Uh, Workout, workout. Yeah, that's what I really like. No, workout. Yeah. Free time. I I love hanging with my dogs.
Hmm.
Um, but ultimately, I'm just gonna say it straight up, make this a quick answer. Uh, my family and I, my brothers and I, uh, and my dad, during the pandemic, we actually built a mini golf course
Oh, wow.
at our house. Um,
Awesome. That's awesome.
and I don't know if I've actually done a live interview talking about it because I've only done like write up articles about it.
Yeah.
But when you hear mini golf course, you probably think it's super cheesy. Any and everybody that have played on our mini golf course are addicted,
Really?
love it, and have come back not once, not twice, but like 3 or more times already.
Oh my God,
It
that's
is
so awesome.
so much fun. It is was man made. We built it. We bought the turf and
Yeah.
we basically built the turf on ourselves and everything, and then built the course on top of it. But
Wow.
with that being said, we like to do house projects.
Okay.
But if we're not doing a new house project, like my brothers just got new flooring in their rooms. But if we're not doing a new house project, we're playing golf because
Nice.
it is very therapeutic, to be honest. It is still challenging. Our golf course, even though it's ours and we've played on it many times, many
Yeah.
times, it's still challenging, and we still, you can go minus, if my dad and my brothers are watching, I'll say go -9. I think that's the record on our course. But you can go +9, literally the next game. It's so unpredictable because it's so challenging still. You have to be perfect every single round.
Wow.
And with that challenge, it's therapeutic. And as I tell everybody now, because of this, I definitely recommend finding a hobby for yourself. Just a hobby that you can do. And, thankfully now, ours is in the luxury of our own home.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Wow. And what songs do you like listening to? What's on your playlist?
The Stranger Things album is probably my go-to. Uh,
Nice. Nice.
Again, it's my favorite show, but also it is the album. I love the '80s, which is probably another reason why I probably love the show even more.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I love '80s music. Like I can't
That's
miss that
that's
enough.
me
I love
too.
80s
Like,
music.
I
I
mean,
walked into mm, I walked into the bowling alley recently. Everybody will see soon. I did a photo shoot there.
nice.
Uh, I did a photo shoot at a bowling alley recently, and as soon as I walked in, Africa from Toto was on, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh my gosh, my song, Stranger Things," you know? It's one of the songs on the album.
it is. Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so we got that, but I also got to give a few others. Can't just say Stranger Things. I love that. I've also been listening to a lot of pop hits from back in the day,
Okay.
which wow, I feel so like musically like knowledgeable, if that is the right way to say it by saying this. Yeah, I've been listening to like the pop hits like 2005, 2006, 2007,
Nice.
and it's
Nice.
crazy hearing the songs like, wow, this song came out like Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like 2005, and then Green Day and Boulevard of Broken
Oh
Dreams,
my
and
God, I love
you
that
know
song.
uh
Yes.
American Idiot, like all these songs. I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, 2005 they came out.
I know.
um
Isn't that crazy?
Caught Up from Usher, 2005. I listened to 2005, I think, yesterday. That's why all these songs are coming
Oh,
to me.
nice.
But like 2005, 2006, I think, or around 2000. Oh no, 2008 was like uh Bleeding Love, Leona Lewis. Remember that song? Like
Yes. Yes.
you're probably like people are like, wait, Bleeding Love with Leona Lewis? Why are you listening to that? And I don't know. I love all music. I love all music. But these songs that come to me because I'm like, can you believe it's been like 13
I
years
know.
since
It's
those songs
crazy.
have been
It's
released? It's like
crazy.
it feels like, I can't say yesterday, but it feels like a year or 2 years ago that I was like, damn, and
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
so caught up. You know what I mean? Like, what? Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been listening to lately. The old pop hits, Stranger Things, and gotta say Eminem. Always gotta throw him in there.
Okay.
He's the best there is. He's the goat. He's the rap god.
Of course,
You know,
of course.
he's the rap god. So as a rapper myself, oh wait, him and Ludacris.
Oh yeah, okay.
I know that's a, you know, definite like, or two different, you know, artists, but Eminem's the best lyrically, vocally. But as an artist myself, I've really taken a liking to Luda
Nice.
the past few months, and I think you're one of the first people to hear that actually, because I
Oh
haven't really,
really?
I haven't really openly talked about that, but I'm gonna start actually saying that more because uh it's true. I feel like as an artist, I still feel there's room for improvement, and finding somebody that you really can mentor and
Mhm.
look up to. And there's one song in specifically on our new album that I really, really like. I can't say like, you know, copied, but I really emulate Luda's rap style.
Okay.
And hey, hopefully, you know, I maybe can't say I will try to continue it, but hey, maybe just over the course of, you know, my music career now, I just feel like my style and my just voice on a my energy on a track is like Luda.
Okay.
Anytime he features or he's on a song, he has energy, and it's something that people have said about me on a track. They're like, every time Ryan comes on, you know that's Ryan.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever talked about that. As this all happened fairly recently, and
Wow.
but yeah, I got to give a shout out to Luda because he's definitely been a big inspiration of mine the past few months.
Okay. And I mean, I know you have a lot of fans, but for fans that don't know where to find you, where can fans find you at?
Okay, let me see. Let me just. We're right here. I got my iPod with me. Okay, here we go. Instagram at Ryan Ochoa, TikTok at Ryan Ochoa official. Oh God, I keep hitting the computer. I'm so sorry. Jeez, it's a 2-hour interview.
Yeah.
It's been a 2-hour interview. Come on. Cameo. If you I gotta say Cameo. It's a big app. I actually spend a lot of my time on, by the way. Pretty much every day I'm on Cameo.
Nice.
Just my name, Ryan Ochoa. Facebook is official, Ryan. Actually, don't. Wow, my Facebook. Hold on, let me find my Facebook. I don't know my Facebook. Actually, this is very. I don't know why I'm blanking out. Again, 2-hour interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan Ochoa official.
Okay.
No, official Ryan Ochoa. Yikes. Hey, this is okay. See, now I got to go to my YouTube. One Crazy Rai is my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this is an exciting interview. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, here we go. I put everything on my YouTube. So Instagram, I already said. TikTok, Twitter's Ryan Ochoa.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook is right there. Official Ryan Ochoa. Got it. Official Ryan Ochoa. There we go. Twitch is just Ryan Ochoa.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I have this on my YouTube. I put all my social medias. But then I also have Ochoa Boyz. So we have Vivo, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud is all just Ochoa Boyz. And our Instagram is Ochoa Boyz. Our Facebook is, I think it's official Ochoa Boyz just on Facebook. But anyway, yeah, just get us on Apple Music and Spotify, and Vivo is just Ochoa Boyz. And yeah, check out our album Art Type, because that's what pretty soon, as I said recently, we're gonna have not just one, but we're gonna have 2 albums to promote, because this you know, the album dropped right before the pandemic. But truthfully, you know, with things finally starting to open up right now, but obviously as artists, we had been consistently writing over the course of, you know, the last year and a half now, and been in the studio making new music. So we wanted to take it to the next level. Now that our brother's back, we're gonna have 2 albums to promote, which is super exciting. So
That,
a
that
lot of
really
music,
is.
that we'll be able to perform very soon. So
Oh,
very excited. Very, I'm so excited.
well, I want to thank you for taking two plus hours out of your time.
Of course.
thank thank you again for coming on the show and taking a lot of time out of your personal life to come on here, and I really appreciate that a lot. And I definitely have to send you the pictures of me wrestling a 6'10" woman.
6'10" woman. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see, like, the presentation of the interview as well, like
Mhm.
on IGTV and YouTube. Very exciting. And again, my apologies that we finally, after over a year trying to make it happen, we finally did. But as I said recently on another interview, I know I
Yeah.
keep saying that, but uh, it's things that have been important to me lately that I've wanted to uh, reiterate a lot, is just the importance of these interviews to me. There was a time in my life where, similar to now, I was getting pulled in many different directions, but I was also young. I was
Yeah,
a
of course.
teenager. I was in a transition from a young Hollywood,
Mm.
Nick Disney, star, to transitioning to an adult actor and to making, music now. And
Yeah.
it was just, there was a lot going on at that time. But also, over those years, I always talk about, like, um, me actually, at the beginning of this, how I said I wanted to be a positive voice. And for a long time, I didn't realize the importance and the significance of these interviews. You know what I mean? So a lot of times they would be like, "Oh, Ryan has an interview, but we can only do this one. We can't do this one and this one."
Yeah,
Now I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
look, at the end of the day, everybody has time. There's no reason, I don't. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care if it's one person, or with one subscriber on a channel, or has a million. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's another opportunity. It's another,
Right.
platform that I can reach and spread my voice. And why not? I always say that. Why not? So maybe last year when you were reaching out to me, it was a similar situation. But
Yeah, yeah.
um I know exactly, I know what matters now. And I care more than ever. And maybe it's you know me kind of making up for that. I hope that's not the case, with a lot of people. And I hope I never ever gave that impression to anybody, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because that's definitely not me. But again, I will openly tell people I will make time no matter what, for everything, no matter if it's a video on Cameo that I got to do, or
Yeah.
a 2-hour interview. You can make time. There's enough hours in the days, and there's enough time. You know what I mean? So, hey, 1 year later, and we made time finally.
Right, right.
Made time. That's all that matters.
And what I like about this, like talking to you, like you are one of the nicest stars. I mean, I hate using that word star, but like you're one
Nah, you can use it. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
you're you're one of like the most coolest, down to earth, nicest stars like I ever talked to on
Wow.
here, or met or anything. And I mean, I could tell just by talking to you, like what how nice you are, and positive and happy, and it's really good to see that.
Well, I mean, it means a lot that, um, I want to be myself everywhere. I
Yeah,
don't want to. I don't. There's no need to put on anything. I don't
yeah,
need to put
exactly.
on put on an act, or put on a face. Or there's no need for that. People are gonna like me for me. And if they don't, then they either have something going on personally, that hopefully I can help. Or just they don't see it, you know. And at the end of the day, there's a bigger picture for what I do, and I finally, after years, I finally see it. You know, I finally see why I was given this opportunity, why I was given this platform, and now it's my turn to let the world know. So, and I also think I'm old enough now. You know, I think
Yeah.
there was a time when I was too young to realize, and I talked about this in another recent interview as well about just going to school and, you know, being on set. It was just that alone was so overwhelming, you know, not in a bad way, just I didn't really see that. But now that I have that, you know, time and, you know, once life hits you as an adult,
Yeah.
it's a lot comes into perspective. So it means a lot that you actually see, you know, you
Oh,
see me, this
yeah,
is me, you know what I
definitely.
mean, this is Ryan. This is
Definitely.
similar to a
Definitely.
YouTube video I did when I made my comeback last year. I said, this is Ryan, you know,
Yeah.
this is who I am, this is who I want to be. And
Yeah.
um man, this is one crazy ride.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's what I like like to see, and like to talk to, like, you're being you. You're not putting on a fake face, you know, like you're just being you. You're being honest and happy and truthful, and it's really good to see. Like, you're really awesome.
I appreciate him, and I it really like excites me to share, you know, that, because I mean, again, I mean, we've been talking for 2.5 hours. Like, we could talk for hours more. It's just who I am, you know. And
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
uh, I just imagine when we actually meet. And I always tell like our Ochoanizers and my Ryanators this. I was
Hmm.
like, you think it's cool when we talk, but like we're just we're so different when you actually meet us. You know,
Yeah,
we're different. You know what I mean? Like we're happy. Again, we're
yeah,
happy. We're just happy
yeah.
people. And the fact that somebody actually wants to support us, just this, the fact someone actually wants to interview me,
Hmm.
there's meaning behind that. You know, there's something bigger than just, oh, I have to talk and answer questions.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
know, there's something bigger, and that's why I'm excited to share your interview now, because you're just another person now that proves and sees the vision. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
definitely.
not too many people. Hey, hopefully soon. Whether it's, you know, I tell people it could have, you know, our music's not even on the radio yet, and we've done very well. You know, I'm
Yeah,
very
exactly.
grateful. But when that time comes, that vision's gonna quadruple. You know what I mean? And things are gonna hit us in a million directions. You know what I mean? But the reason I want to share this is you're another person that, hey, maybe this interview in 1 year is gonna get 5 million views. Maybe in
Hey,
one
you
month
never
it's
know.
gonna get 5 million views. You never know.
You never
But
know.
you're just an example of this is what matters right now. What's happening here is this is bigger than the kid that you saw on TV 10 years ago.
Right,
It's bigger
right.
than the guy that just released an album last year with his brothers. Like, this is these are the conversations that matter, and you are the people that the world need to see, you know, the world need to hear. So I'm excited for that, and I'm happy for you, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
So I'm we could talk for hours. I mean, we could talk for hours. So I'm not gonna wrap this up. You're gonna have to be the one to wrap this up, you
Okay,
know.
okay. I better do, because, like I said, I know you got something else you have to do, and I don't want to hold you from
The
it.
other interviewers are not gonna watch this interview though, because they're gonna be upset with you.
I know, exactly,
I'm
exactly.
just
They're gonna be
kidding.
like, who's that guy that kept you on,
No,
and now you're late
I'm gonna
for it?
talk so highly of this. You have no idea. Like, after every interview that I've done more interviews, and this, believe it or not, I've done more interviews the past like 2-3 weeks. Just this past from August 1st to now,
Hmm.
I've done more interviews in that time frame that I probably have done in my whole lifetime. you know, or like in a certain like time frame back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is why, you know what I mean? This is why. And then just as soon as this ends, I can't wait to go share and say, guys, I can't wait for you to see this interview. You know what I
Nice.
mean? We had
Nice.
so much fun. It was so powerful. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna speak very highly of this, you know.
Oh,
I did
wow.
the last one. After the last one, I did a 3 to 4 minute Instagram story talking about I can't wait for you guys to see this interview, and
Oh, wow.
it just came out today. I saw actually that
Nice.
I did a post about it last week, and it just came out today. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm gonna talk about
Thank you. Thank
guys.
you.
I just did a 2.5 hour interview. The Grue Room. Just make sure when I tell you about the Grue Room, plan half your day
Right.
to watch this video because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 3 hours long. By the time you open your computer and click the link and end the video and the outro, it's gonna be 3 hours of your time.
Right.
That is epic.
Thank you so much for this. I will end it now so you can actually hop on to your next interview if they're not mad by now.
in my tank top.
Yeah. You know, worse. Even do little flexing too.
Do little flex. Say, sorry guys, I just got out of the gym. After my interview, I had to do a workout.
Well, you know, talking for close to 3 hours, 2 hours and a half, like it worked out the cheek muscles in the mouth.
It did. Yeah, it did. This was definitely a smile workout. Whoa.
Right, exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. Like I said, I had so much fun with this. You're awesome, and thank you again for doing this.
Oh, no need to thank me. Thank you for your patience. And hey, I've said it a million times already today. I appreciate you. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to share this with the world.
Thank you. Well, definitely have a good night, and whatever you have planned for the weekend, have fun watching WWE SmackDown. And
yes. Tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely have a good weekend and have fun with your next interview that I'm holding you from.
You're not holding me. It's okay. Don't worry about it. They'll understand that. I'll be on that one for 2 hours too. I'll be on that one. We're good.
Okay.
Thank you. Feel free, please, send me the link and
okay.
You know, any promos that you make or whatever. If not, I'm gonna make my own as well, and I'll share it for sure whenever it drops, and then especially on the following Wednesday, whenever the following Wednesday is, I'll share it. So
sweet.
Have a good night.
All right, buddy. You too.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. And
Definitely.
Drink, Wish, Believe is my quote right there. My 3 words.
Sweet.
Had to throw that in there.
Nice. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate
Much love.
Same to you, buddy. Bye.